Hi, my name is Lacey Small, and today I'll be talking about early childhood language development. The first part that we'll be talking about is the auditory development. This is how the brain interprets sounds. This is the early stage of a child's development. Birth to about 3 months, the child is recognizing familiar sounds. They respond to sudden loud noises like a door slamming, doorbell ringing. Children even start to make ooh and ah sounds. From 3 to 6 months, they're awakened to sounds or speech, turn heads towards noisy toys or interesting toys, make a variety of sounds. By 6 to 12 months, they are understanding first words such as bye, shoes, bottle, no, up. They are also respond to his or her name from across the room. They enjoy making and hearing sounds produced from rattles and similar toys. And they're cooing to and moving to music. From 12 to 18 months, they're saying first words such as more, milk, kitty, cracker. Respond to names of favorite toys by pointing to them when asked. They respond to sounds from across the room. They point to mom, dad, siblings when asked. They turn heads quickly towards loud or soft sounds. They understand about they're using, I should say, about 6 to 10 words by the age of 12 months. Understanding and retaining expressions. From 18 to 24 months, they're using about 20 words by 18 months. Their speech, they're using about 2-word phrases like more crackers, daddy's working, and they're understanding simple yes and no questions. They are also recognizing name environment sounds like doorbell, microwave, telephone, and they refer to the self by name. By 24 months to 3 years, they're about using 270 words by 24 months and 1,000 words by 3 years. And they are enjoying conversations. They're understanding most of what is said to him or her without cues or gestures. Auditory development is a very important stage for a child's development. It helps with recognizing communication, both verbal and nonverbal. It's important to monitor the stage closely because if there's any delay in this area, it could affect other developmental process later on. If a parent detects any issues, they should contact the child's doctor. The next development that we'll be talking about is the artificial development. This is the movement of the tongue, lip, teeth, and jaw to produce speech sound, which is used to communicate. Why is this important? It's important because it produces sounds correctly in order to form words and speech. This can affect a child's reading skills, spelling skills, and vocal skills. Some of the necessary building blocks to this development is attention and concentration, listening and doing activities without distractions, good hearing, good middle ear functioning. This is mostly talking about like any kind of ear infection that goes on in the middle part of the ear. So you want like a good functioning ear. Produce speech sounds. Knows the difference between the two sounds and muscular coordination. You can tell some signs of a child's having this delay in this development is they become more frustrated with communicating with others. They produce speech that is difficult to understand to even familiar ears, like a mom, dad, like they're having a hard time understanding them. Having difficulty linking together more than 1 or 2 sounds, tend to use only vowel sounds, very open mouth sounds. And they might have a lisp, and they produce speech that is less clear than other children at the same age. But they can also be in school and still have difficulty saying several words. This can be fixed or accommodated, but it's best to catch this early on so that the child can correct this versus having difficulties later on. For the next part that we'll be talking about is first words. This development plays a part of the auditory stage that we talked about earlier. The certain goals that happen during birth to 3 years, children learn best by watching their parents or guardians, the adults around them. This stage mostly is based on how the adults or caregivers interact with the child. Some milestones that we'll be talking about is at 3 months, the child is listening to your voice, watching your face as you talk, and turns towards other sounds, voices, and music that can be heard around the house. By the end of the 3 months, babies begin cooing and happy, gentle, repeating, singing vocally. Babies, let's see, at 6 months, your baby begins bawling and making different sounds. Let's see. By the end of 6 to 7 months, the child responds to their own name and recognize the native language that they're using. They'll be using their tones of voice to tell you if they're happy, upset, or if they need, like, if they're hungry, they'll be crying, or if they're happy, they'll be smiling. Let's see. By 9 months, the child can understand basic words like no and bye. They also begin use a wide range of consonant sounds and tones of voice. By 12 to 18 months, most children say a few simple words like mama or dada. By the end of the 12 months, and now they'll now know what they're saying, like they'll recognize it a little more. And they would also respond to, like, if a parent was to say put stuff down, they'll connect that, and, like, you would hope, and mostly they will put whatever you tell them to put down. Let's see. By 2 years old, the child will be saying short phrases, normally about 2 to 4 words, like mama, bye bye, me, milk. They'll be learning the words meaning, like an object, like when you say cup, they'll be picturing more of a cup. Let's see. And by 3, by the time your child is 3, his vocal expands rapidly and make believe phrases. So by 3, they'll be more communicating a little more. Grammar development. Grammar development is not something that can happen overnight. It takes a process, just like talking. By 9 to 1 years, a child really only talks in one word sentences, and they're mostly nouns. By 1 to 2, the child is most likely talking 2-word sentences, which still mostly nouns and might have a little verbs, but if so, it'll be backwards, like want mom, want milk. By 2 to 2.5, their child can talk a little more, maybe 3 words at a time, and they'll probably start to discover some pronouns. By 2.5 to 3 years, the childs are talking in sentences. However, they are simple, like can I play or can I have milk. By 3 years to 3.5, the child begins to add complex and compound sentences, like can I have a cookie after I wash my hands. 3.5 to 4.5. At this point, the child can improve the skills and navigate irregular verbs and properly use plural nouns formally. Like yesterday, I went to the movies with my mom. And from 4.5 and up, children are still growing and they're still adding complex sentences to their vocabulary. As the child starts to go to school, they will be learning structural and formal grammar that is necessary. Thank you for listening. Bye.